What's going on, friends? Logan Myerz back here for Cinephellas.com. Tonight I'm going to be talking about a brand new show that was just released on Quibi. Quibi is a streaming service designed for like mobile devices. The episodes are super short, so you can knock out a season of the original content basically in one sitting. But the first show I watched on here was The Stranger, starring Maika Monroe and Dane, DeHaan, two of my favorite young actors in Hollywood. Been in a lot of great movies for both of them. To set up the series, we have Maika Monroe playing Claire. She just moved to LA from Kansas. She's only been there for a short period, and she's like an Uber driver for like a company called Orbitz, I believe. And she's going to pick up this guy up in LA in the hills, and it turns out to be Dane DeHaan. He plays Carl E, and the guy's a psychopath. Early on in the first episode, he comes off much like a stalker, and really asking weird questions and knowing about Claire. We find out what that all is really about later in the series. So we find out that he actually murdered people at this house. It was a random house that he went to. He doesn't actually live there. And it really sets up a really terrifying experience for this driver just moving to LA. It's really great how he can track and find her wherever she tries to hide out throughout the series. And the first episode is really great setup. These episodes are only 8 minutes long. There's 13 episodes. Really grabs you early on in the first few episodes and never lets you go as you find out what happens to these characters, how Claire is trying to escape this lunatic. She comes across other people in LA and trying to hide out from this guy, but he always finds them. So it's really great suspense, really great thriller. It's something that keeps you on the edge of your seat. Watch one episode after the next because I was really intrigued, really interested to see where these characters go and who will survive. But I will say Dane DeHaan plays a really great villain. A lot of movies and stuff, he's played villains before, and he's really got that unsettling look on his face, and I think he would also make a really good Joker. I know I was just talking about that in my other review. Definitely plays a good serial killer and psychopath, and it really elevates his performance. And Maika Monroe is really great in this performance as well as playing Claire, this young small-town Kansas girl moving to LA. She's an aspiring writer, you know, make it big in LA, the small-town dreams, moving out to Hollywood. And like we've seen in a lot of stories, but this is really great, and she really elevates his character as well, of exactly what she's going through and what she's doing to survive. It's her and her dog and basically on the run in LA and trying to get away from this guy. And I will say The Stranger reminds me much of like Nightcrawler and other films where they really capture the nightlife of LA. It really has a spooky vibe to it. I used to live there for a short time, and it's definitely something off at night. There's something in the atmosphere, and they really capture that and really creates a lot of suspense, like I was saying earlier. It really keeps you on the edge of your seat, not knowing what's going to happen in this cat and mouse kind of game. But leading up until the end, I don't want to spoil too much about The Stranger. I want you guys to check this out, especially if you guys have never seen anything on Quibi. This should be the first show you check out like I did, and it was really great. And leading up until the end, it really sets up an awesome climax, an awesome ending to these characters. You think that it's going to go this way, but it really goes a different way, and I love how they threw that in. It really caught me off guard, and something I didn't predict, but my wife actually did predict how it was going to play out, but I didn't see it coming, so I thought it was really cool. You figure out how this guy, Carl E, is really tracking Claire, how he's finding her everywhere she goes in LA, hiding out. And it's really cool and interesting. I thought that was an awesome ending. But The Stranger on Quibi is the first show I checked out on the streaming service, and I'm really intrigued to watch more content, original content they put out on the service. Really love this show from start to finish. 13 episodes, you can knock it out in one sitting. Love Dane DeHaan and Maika Monroe. I thought they did really well in these characters. Dane DeHaan definitely playing a villainous asshole, and Maika Monroe playing this small town girl that goes to LA, following her dreams to become a writer, and just this crazy event that takes place with this guy that she ends up picking up. You can see where Maika Monroe goes in this role, and she's a really great scream queen. I've been really impressed with her filmography thus far. I loved her in It Follows, The Guest, and now this. I want to see her in more horror movies. I really think she's like the new scream queen and can really do some great roles in the horror genre. So I'm going to give The Stranger on Quibi a 4.5 out of 5 Dane DeHaan hair pieces. So I'm interested in hearing what you guys think of The Stranger on Quibi. What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? What did you guys think of that ending? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe. This is Logan Myerz signing out from LA, the city of angels. Woo! Until the next TV review. Cheers!